That time is 8:02 in the morning time on this Saturday morning, November 24th, 2018. Time now for the Peter Channel Saturday morning news on this Saturday morning, November 24th, 2018. Got good morning to you all this lovely Saturday morning, November 24th, 2018. It is 8:02 and 32 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel Morning News at 8:02 is federal climate change report paints grim picture for Midwest. New York State's lawsuit against Trump Foundation can proceed, Judge rules. Trump asks U.S. court for review of transgender military ban. Fox News guests apologize for McMahon. Hillary Clinton and herpes during segment mix-up. Portland, Maine's effort to ease traffic is helping 4th Avenue turn a corner. Fain Tower closer to reality but hurdles remain in Providence. Why Trump will look back fondly at the Miller probe. Cougars Macho Man performs Husky's fight started in rival band's absence. Church fire leads to discovering legal gambling room in Houston, Texas at 40 cents. Grandma and Tina connected by one Texas to enjoy third Thanksgiving together. With child coming off to the country for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. U.S. soldier killed in Afghanistan. Paris police fired tear gas and water cannons at yellow vest protesters. Iran's leaders calls on Muslims to unite against U.S. refers to Israel's cancerous tumor. Stock cited another correction. Platt surveys Brent oil price on average $75 next year, and the Emperor deferred. Carlos goes on steady fall from the top of the auto industry. It's not fed up. It's a female that every third grader who passes through the town schools at cheerful apple red house with prim trimmed white doors and a quaint crumple effect by state brand Brett Olden twins fact. Generations of 7 to 8-year-olds on field trips and walk front to the doors, girls front to the left, and boys front to the right, decked out in miniature bonnets and breeches. Once inside the little red schoolhouse, students are treated North Edinburgh history lesson. 19th century stuff featured reading, writing, and arithmetic in the infant's nuts cap. After recess of old schoolyard games, they walk next to the woodcut, garrison odds where they are reversed by the trappers of the routines of 19th century life from dust and spinning, fed to a straw mattress and a chamber pot, fakes and a work of bread. Kid future students will be able to take an experience in a little red schoolhouse just when it was in 1850. Kip, the husband of the North Edinburgh High School, set aside a creator. Nor Giff has been hard at work working in refurbishing the schoolhouse in the adjacent garrison house, drawn upon a lifetime. It's an experience of the reaper and maintenance work. Some of the work is done, such a repair to the plenty and take window frames, service to keep the 2 buildings in working order. However, the primary motivation beyond its labor, I love to ensure the schoolhouse is enough effectively possible through its era. To the end, Kim has basically created an exact replica of the old Rider schoolhouse come out and replaced the front cement platform with troubling irregular slated steps. The affectionate examination which we speak fixed second story windows, but the outside of the regular abundant leaves of the venerable sycamore tree out of the front is leave out of the face of the ground how cute visited 30 degrees are the period garb. He and his wife would see that two sides believe this living history is an integral part of the community. If your school day is over, but you still like to take those renovations a little bit schoolhouse and immerse yourself in nostalgia, a holiday fair will be there from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday, November 25th. There'll be handcrafted Adams Christmas ornaments, wreaths, books, and American Girl doll clothes for sale, and the schoolhouse and the decoration by Eagle Tree Garden Club outside the Woodcock Garrison Houses. Open house on the same day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. where you can watch the turkey roast in its reflector oven and enjoy tours of their church, local landmark. Mars Insight, London team leader is all nervousness out ahead of risky touchdown. Russia's space agency chief, they'll verify U.S. moon landing. Scientists have a new plan to fight global warming, dimming the sun. As footage of Soyuz rocket launch puts power director to shade. 40 million people with diabetes will be left without insulin by 2030 study predicts. Data. College freshmen to die from the Endless related speaks out, and pragmatic 3 display search for the board motor donor after 30 million failed matches. Well, Let's read the South Massachusetts Fall Fire. Companies have heavy fire and large residential type structure. Companies have got divested of building conditions extremely doubtful. Peter Chill News Time. 8:07 on this Saturday morning. Time now for a sports report. Boston Celtics defeat the Atlanta Hawks 114-96 at Atlanta, while the Boston Bruins defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins overtime 2-1. The Bruins will be in Montreal take on Montreal Canadiens. Take time 7 o'clock. And the Boston Celtics be down in Dallas take on the Dallas Mavericks. Game time is 7:30 or 8 o'clock down in the Big D. Dana Holmgren earned that respiratory touchdown. Big one nullified. And Phil Mickelson wins $9 million match against Winston with a birdie at 22nd hole. Peter Joe News time is 8:08 on this Saturday morning. Time now for a Peter Channel traffic and transit check. Let's study off on the MBTA, where shuttle buses will place Green Line D branch service between Kenmore and Westwater weekends 5 to 7:16 due to trucks to work. The work weekend November 24th, 25th has been canceled. Commuter rail. Today, Saturday, shuttle buses will place all trains between Greenville and Martin Street from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pittsburgh train 14 and 6 from Washington assisted by an extra trainer shortly for the continued service and observation to be the calculation to be expected to operate 75 minutes beyond schedule. And please board low line trains and environment platforms at North Billerica and Wilmington. And the ferries, they are all looking good. Okay, let's look at the highways and byways of New England. Rhode Island, it's looking good. Connecticut, looking good. 485 and a southbound side. A tad bit slow down around 105 Middleburg, but it's looking good in Massachusetts. Up in New Hampshire, it is looking good. Vermont and Maine are all looking good on this Saturday morning. Interstate 87 on the southbound side. A little slow around Route 11 up in Champlain, New York. Peter Chell News Time. 8:10 on this Saturday morning. Time now for a weather report. Looking at the radar satellite loop shows some clear wispy clouds down around Massachusetts and Connecticut, Rhode Island, up to the Vermont, New Hampshire, and western Maine and upstate New York, while to the west of us, so around west central Pennsylvania with some rain showers. And a line from northern Florida and Georgia stretching all the way up to western Carolinas and Virginias and stretching it up to Wisconsin and UP of Michigan and northern Ontario with some snow and rain in northeastern Minnesota and on the western portions of Ontario. And that's going to be our weather maker for Monday. And also for tomorrow and Monday. Right now, a cloudy start to the mountain with temperatures right now in the 20s for much of the region to the upper 30s down around in Cape Nouns with low 30s in the South Shore and Boston vicinity, 17 in Pittsfield, 19 out in Brattleboro, Vermont, 19 in Bennington, Vermont, and it's in the 20s by much of Connecticut with a 32-degree reading in Old Lyme, Connecticut. It is 35 Newport. While it is in the teens, the upper to low 20s in northern New England with a 27-degree reading up in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. And a storm wind will spread the region tonight. There'll be a low risk that the rain will begin as a period of freezing rain across far western and north central Massachusetts between 8 p.m. and midnight this evening and 9 a.m. It'll be light, but it'll take a small amount of freezing rain to result in hazardous travel. And 2 storm wave events are likely. For early next week, the first slip to occur tonight, perhaps lingering in Sunday morning, followed by another sometime Monday and Tuesday morning. Given river levels are running very high, the potential exists for some minor river and stream flooding into the early next week. In addition to Monday and Tuesday morning, system may potentially result in some wet snow accumulation across the interior high terrain. This remains uncertain, but the highest risk right now appears to be along the eastern slopes of the Berkshires and northern Worcester Hills. Oh. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast, and it goes like this for today. Princess got about 5 degrees. Southwest about 6 miles an hour. Got a lot of what do you have to do for today? Rain may up to 1 a.m. Then the rain can be every time. Punch mark up to midnight. Line 32 degrees. Light southeast wind become the east about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The evening with good size. 23 miles an hour. Transmission is 100% new percent between half to 3/4 inch possible for Sunday. Rain may before 10 a.m. The rain can be heavy at times. Patch mark before 3 p.m. Out 47 degrees. Not about 8 to 3 miles gust size. 32 miles an hour. Transmission is 80%. New percent between 1 inch possible. Sunday night and check the shots way after 4 a.m. patch back up for 7 p.m. Otherwise, most of Cascades today. Low end 36 degrees, northwest at 6 miles an hour. Coming in the evening, just mentioned is 30%. New percent less than 7 inch possible. Monday, rain back May afternoon. Class got about 47 degrees and Carbon coming to 6 miles about in the afternoon. Just mentioned 7% for Monday night. Rain May before 1 a.m. Low end 32 degrees and just mentioned 9% for Tuesday. Punts on the podcast about 42 miles 29 degrees. Wednesday, chance of snow showers before 11 a.m. The chance of raining showers between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Then a chance of snow showers up to 4 p.m. Most of the about 39 degrees and just mentioned 30%. Wednesday night, most guys about 29 degrees. Thursday, most of the most guys about 41 about 28 degrees. And for Friday, Saturday guys have about 41 degrees. And right now, Norton it is fair skies and it's 32 degrees. And that's going to be it for the Peter Chiller Morning News on this Saturday morning, November 24th, 2018. I'm Peter J. Woods. Hope you have a good morning, a good body, and I'll see you for a 5 o'clock report. Hope you have a good afternoon. Hope you have a good day.